Hello and welcome, everybody. It's time, once again, to talk some sports with you and us right here on the Sconny Scoreboard, weekly Wisconsin sports podcast on this, the 21st of May, 2025. My name is Jason Streibel, and I'm here, of course, with the always wonderful Ben Hallett. How are you doing today, mon frere?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's spring. It's not the good kind of weather spring. It's fine, right? It's like high
Tricks you
50s.
right now.
Yeah.
It's a trick. It's like 80 degrees, and then it's 40 degrees, and then it's raining, and then it's not raining.
Mm-hmm.
It's this game we play.
And you're driving around and then, oh, the sun's out. Look at that. And then it's gone.
Mhm.
You're like, for another
Mhm.
4 hours.
We just kind of gotta get over that Memorial Day hump, and then usually our weather will come more in line with what we want. So
Right? That's
it's
it.
later.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
fast approaching this coming weekend. Looks like the weather's
Yes.
going to be pretty nice. Not like tradition like past years where it's been really hot. Looks like it's high 60s, maybe low 70s, sun out. It looks like it's going to
Perfect.
be perfect Memorial Day weather up here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be beautiful. But first, we've got a show to do.
Oh,
We've
so
got
we're here.
yes, it is why we're here. We've got some Brewers to talk, and then we're gonna talk about the Admirals and their big win on Sunday. Make
Oh
sure,
yeah.
but before we do, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on the Facebook and the Bluesky. Right, I think that's all we got so far. I don't think we're no.
Bluesky,
Yeah, sounds
YouTube,
about right. YouTube and Spotify, of
email.
course, all that. You can always email us to ssb at
Should be
broforever.com.
down there somewhere, probably. Huh?
Oh, yeah, it's going around down the
Close.
bottom of the screen there, so don't
Haha.
worry about
Perfect.
that. So let's start the show.
All right.
Milwaukee Brewers just finished up their series against the Baltimore Orioles. Was looking real good, man. Was looking real good. And then a tough one today. Goes to 11, and they lose 8-4. Giving up 4 runs in that extra innings. But they did win. They won the series against a Baltimore team that had been pretty good in recent years, honestly. And now they're the Baltimore Orioles we
They're
remember
back to
from
what they were.
when we were children. So
Mm-hmm.
good to get a series win against the Orioles. Unfortunate they lost that series against the Twins, but they're hot. They got one win out of a 3-game series. That's cool, man. That's gonna happen. You win the series against Baltimore. Are we going to see them kind of climb back up over 500 maybe coming out of this Pittsburgh series? Pittsburgh did just win their last 2 games, so
So they're done. They already had their 2 wins in a row. Uh, sorry, not sorry. I mean, they're the Pirates.
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 series were just the tale of 2 completely opposite teams, right? We have 13-game winning streak. We snapped finally by the Brewers when we beat the Twins on Sunday, and that team is just rolling hot. And the funny thing is, Jason, I don't know if you know this, but the 2 best players haven't been playing. They collided in the outfield weeks ago and had concussions and all this shit
Oh,
by Brian
jeez.
Buxton. So they're playing without like their 2 best offensive and players, and they're still like doing this well. So when those guys get back, it's gonna. I think they're just gonna be taking over that AL Central, and not looking back, honestly.
Okay.
So yeah, to take 1 out of 3, it's not the worst thing. That Saturday game was just like, I don't know if you saw that, watched it or saw any highlights, but like they scored a run every inning, and it's just pecking at you, just like we can't do a damn thing. It's just like, and they're like 1, 2, 3, like it's just like it was frustrating. Because he had like another how many innings of not scoring? I mean, so many, like 20 or 30 innings is not scoring again after that 9-5 win against the Guardians. So I think it was 20 actually, but yes. So but then getting 5 runs on Sunday, beating the Twins, getting the momentum to face I guess the exact opposite team is the Orioles. Their win today against us, just wrapped their 8-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is funny. That team is like watching their lineup the last couple of days. Like that team is all number 1 picks. That's all they are. That whole 1 to 9 is almost all number 1 picks because they've had
Oh yeah, they were so bad for so long. Yeah,
said so many, and they're now popping up, and like you see all these names, and you're like, wow, Jackson Holliday and Rushman, and like, but then like you see them up there swinging and stuff, and just missing strikes down the middle, and I'm just like, who are these guys? Like, what's going on? Is that the management? Is that like these guys were all high caliber players. Coming up in the minors, and obviously they're there, but like it's just nuts with last year they had there's one guy. Wow, who is it? I'm trying to think of the guy's name right now. I'm just gonna look it up real quick here. I got the box score. Yeah, Henderson last year, he was like third in the MVP talks last year, and he's batting like 250 or something. Like he's one of the best hitters on their team right now, I feel like. But they got guys batting 45 and like what is going on? Like it's
right. That's what I'm saying. It's like the old Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. And speaking of MVPs not hitting, I was looking over the Brewers stats. We were talking about like trying to get like stuff, looking at stuff. You see, 7 home runs. Okay, 8 stolen bases. Nice. Yeah, Christian Yelich. Look at him go. But he's batting 185. I mean, he's making opportunity. He's making the best, it seems, of the opportunities he's getting when he does make contact. But, I mean, this was a guy who, like, even when he was at his best, like, yeah, he was hitting home runs, but he wasn't a power hitter. He was always a contact hitter. He was just getting the ball out in the field. And to see him bat 187, like, is this just the yips? Is this just, he's just one of those things like, hey, even the greats have slumps?
I mean, I thought about this for like the last week because there's been other times too where I felt like he's slumped and we found out there's an injury. And then when they fix that, he gets better. Or I know one of those times he changed his stance. And I don't think, he must have knew he was changing it, but he thought he was changing it for the better, and it wasn't working. And then he started doing that single toe tap before he swung. And then he was batting like 300 again before he got injured last year, being out the whole half last season. So, yeah, he was batting like 325 when he got out. So I think he was like maybe not leading the majors, but close, third maybe. So it's, again, I think, like you said, hitting in the right moments and getting those RBIs or home runs or whatever. But at the same time, is it the injury still that's laying in there? And he's just like, no, I'm fine. I'm playing through it. And it's one of those things like, no, you can't. Let's do the opposite. Let's have you sit now and have you ready at the end of the year when we need, when we possibly need you, instead of the opposite we did last year and when we did need you and you weren't there. So, yeah, I think it's more, I'm hoping, carryover from an injury, and that's it. Nothing else. No yips. No, I'm getting old. Any of that stuff. Because he's a proven leader, and I know this year's meant a lot to him because I saw an article like him and Euchre were like tight, and when he passed, it's been very hard for him to grasp he's gone, and I think this year is meaning more to him as well. So I think struggling is, gets in your head as well, or maybe that there's something that for lingering from Euchre passing that could be there too. I don't know, but
sure.
Like I said, I just hope it's carryover from the injury, and it just gets better soon. That's really all you can hope for. And I don't know how, if it's a carryover injury, because you probably shouldn't be playing. But again, I'm not the staff, unfortunately. I don't make those decisions. So, and if I was playing him in a video game, I'd play him injured no matter what. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the mentality. Just keep him in there. He's not that injured. I don't know.
That's a really good point,
Maybe no more.
actually. I mean, it's video games, right? But at the same time,
Yeah.
like, that's a really good point in that, you know, sometimes when the guy gets hurt in a video game, it doesn't, like, take him out. It just lowers his rating, right? And so
Yep.
you play him
They'll
anyway
ask you, do
because,
you want to replace him? And
yeah,
you're like, no.
no,
You know,
because like he's still a 75 rating when he's
he's better
injured,
than
and
the
his
other guy.
backup is a 60. So yeah, I ain't trying to do that.
No,
Play
never.
him injured. I don't care if he blows his whole leg up. It's a video game.
Yep.
Who gives a crap? But you know that's
I'll
not
make
what
another Christian. I can make another Christian Yelich right in the game.
I'll call
Unfortunately,
him. Yistin Krelich.
yes, perfect. With his
Oh,
best friend, Maker Bayfield.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Who? Yeah, he plays baseball too. Of course he does.
I
Why
mean,
wouldn't
he has to.
he? I bet he does.
Yeah.
But this isn't a video game, and you have guys' careers and livelihoods and longevity
they're
to think
humans.
about. So I'm with you, man. You're, you know, right in the middle of the pack in an NL Central that's really not that strong. The Cubs are playing well, and the Cardinals will always be a problem because they're the Cardinals. But I think the Brewers have the talent to make a run later if they can work on getting healthy now and tread water in the meantime. But that that might be asking a lot. I don't, given their injured list.
Yeah. Seems to grow.
Yeah, looking at the standings, they're 6 games out right now, but 4 games against Pittsburgh coming up. So let's all just drink some Kool-Aid for a second. Let's say they win those 4 games, and you've got a 28-26 Milwaukee squad that theoretically could jump into second place in this division. With that, they're only 3 games out of second, so it's not like they have to worry yet. Like worry
No,
maybe
our
a little
division,
bit, but
we're clumped. There's the 4 teams that are clumped right now. You know, we're 6 games back from the Cubs, but it's like 5.5, 3, and Cubs. I'm not too worried. You know, like 6 games back's not too bad, especially when you have what do we have, another 110, 112 more games to go. So
yeah, right.
I think there's plenty of time to make up for it. And yeah, like you said, we are playing a team that we should be able to just dominate and sweep. I mean, it's the Pirates. Skeens is the only guy that on Friday we're going to be against Skeens, but we got Peralta. That's going to be a good pitching matchup. But he's the only one that really scares me on that whole team because he's so good. But again, he can't go the whole game, so you can get him out of there and still make damage if you can't hit him when he's out there starting. So, yeah, we should be able to take those 4. Yeah, it puts us right back up there, especially if, the Red Hot Cardinals can, and the Cubs and all these teams can kind of slow down a little bit. So, yeah, big series coming up here Thursday through Sunday, and then we had Boston coming into Milwaukee. So,
Yes, sir.
the old Red Sox.
Yeah, at least that's a home series.
Yes.
So that
quick one.
Yeah, a quick one. I didn't see who they were playing afterwards.
They're on the road against the Phillies, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a tough 3-game series.
Phillies and Reds back to back are going to be tough on the road. So
yeah, go out to Philly and then stop in Cincy for a 3-game series on your way back home. Yeah, that's rough. And I think, I mean, if you can get 4 wins on this Pirates team, which I think the Brewers can, they really need to do that. if they can, right? Like,
The bats and the runs have to be there. Obviously, you can't have any goose eggs. Never can win with a goose egg.
nope. And if they might, be lucky to get out of that Boston series with one win. So to get into that 3-game series against Cincinnati next week with at least some momentum coming off that Pittsburgh series would be a ton of help to try to help them climb that Central Division.
Sure.
So that's the Brewers. Take one more look at the schedule. Pittsburgh, they're playing every day. So Pittsburgh next 4 nights or days, and then back home for Boston for a couple days before we probably talk to you again.
Yeah.
So that's the Brewers. Let's take a little trip down. I don't know what road. A little trip across Milwaukee to a different arena where
I-94.
Take a trip down I-94 and check out the Admirals, who just picked up a home advantage in their series in the Calder Cup with a big win yesterday in Texas after dropping the first game.
A couple days ago now. Yeah.
It was Sunday. Right. Sunday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But right now is not looking good. Tonight at home, they're not doing too well. They're about to lose, unfortunately. So,
well, that's unfortunate. So they'll be down.
Since we've been talking, I've been paying attention to it, and it's just gotten worse and worse. And I just been holding it in. Just let's keep this podcast going until we get to it. So it's 5-1 right now, with 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. So,
okay. Well, Texas
tonight is the nice thing about this is that all 3 games are in Milwaukee. So
Correct.
Again, we have 2.
Correct.
We'll still have another home game or 2, to win this out if needed. So that's great. But yeah, I mean, at least the other games, I thought we could maybe talk about them a little bit too. Just the first 2 games, because like that first game when they lost, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You go to Texas. You just came off a huge, victory, 3 games straight to win it. So I knew we were gonna kind of, possibly shit the bed there on that first one because
a little sore maybe after that.
Yeah, for sure. And but then come back in game 2 and crush, just solidify 3 more goals in the third and just to win out was a great thing too to see. So again, it was great to see come back again. Maybe this is another leg of just coming home. I mean, these seasons are long, everybody, and I mean these guys are going balls to the wall. It's just hockey's insane, and you're playing injured, and so yeah, I just don't know. I think it's gonna go all 5. Obviously, that's what I'm hoping because we got to do that to win, to get to that championship. Round, and again, it's a tough loss tonight, unfortunately.
Losing five, giving up 5 goals sucks, really.
Yeah, when it was 2-0 at the end of the second period, I was like, that's still plenty of time to come back. And then it was 2-1. I was like, all right, 2-1, we scored, and then 3 straight. It's like it was really boom, boom, boom. It was so fast that they got those other goals. So. I don't know if they pulled early. Yeah, well, they must have pulled early because it's 6-1 now. So yeah, they pulled the goalie. 6-1.
Oh yeah, that's pretty early. Well, and I think there's a lot of. Sorry, I was just gonna say it sucks losing in this fashion tonight, particularly because I mean the Milwaukee and Texas have this kind of postseason rivalry that's kind of been brewing over the last handful of years, and. If it's a back and forth series, this, that, the other thing, okay, that's cool. But a 5-1 loss at home, ooh, man, against this team that's always been kind of punching you in the mouth, that's not going to feel good. I would expect Milwaukee to come out on what is it now, Friday, and knock some teeth out. That's the way I expect this next game to go.
Yeah. Cousin Chad, I know you're there, buddy. You probably lost your voice again for all the wrong reasons this time, so I feel you. Friday, you'll get him. Revenge.
Yes, sir.
Served cold.
Well, yeah, because it's hockey.
Hey! Perfect. It worked perfectly.
Perfect. Yes. Okay, so that's. I'll put that Admirals schedule back up. Yeah, we can mark that first one as a loss there, up there. So they're down 2-1 in the series now. So yeah, need to win those next two, but they're all at home, which is awesome. That's what we want. That's why you win that one. That's why you win that big one.
To bring it back.
Mm-hmm. So, oh yeah, I wanted to ask you how that worked. Because do they not determine who wins the last game until later in the series? Or who hosts it?
So, what I've been told is that the team that's gonna hold, or the team that has the higher seed can choose how they want to go about doing it. So I'm thinking, I think we have the higher seed right now. We chose to be away for the first two games. To have three straight home games.
Oh, okay.
So I think you can make that determination. I don't know when it is or how it is, but I think that's how it works. Is that the higher seed can say,
oh, we want all three at home first, or
it's like the coin flip in football or whatever. You're choosing like which side you're going to defend. It's kind of like that. Like, do I want to defend the home side, or do I want to so you can pick how that kind of flows.
That's awesome. They should have that in the NBA, I think. And I think that would alleviate a lot of the trouble they have with like sussing out oh, should we go 2-1, 1-1-1, or should we do 2-3-2, or how does this work? Because it never really works out in the way we want it to exactly. That would alleviate a lot of that, and just allowing the home team to be oh, we'll just do it this way. That makes a lot of sense.
It does. I'm just looking it up here too. I think that's what it is, though. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, I believed you. Oh, man. Yeah, I believe you. You had me hook, line, and sinker there. You could have told me anything. I would have been oh, yeah.
The higher seed team gets to choose whatever they want to have the first two games or the last three games at home. So, yep.
Okay. The first two or the last three?
Yeah.
So they can give up their home field advantage for having the games loaded up front. That's dope. Yeah. Oh, so if this was NBA, you could be no, we're top seed, but we'll do 3 home games right in a row. So then you only either way. Yeah. Oh man, because I bet in the NBA, everybody would just do that. Because it's so hard to come back from 3-0, and home court is such a big deal.
Yeah, and it also sounds like though if the teams are within 300-mile radius of each other, it's just a traditional 2-2-1. Because it just doesn't make sense.
Because they're technically what is it? They're a farm franchise, so they have to worry about travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
So yeah, and they do it. It's kind of cool too. It goes through, and it's a 3-5-7 series. So first round's 3, second round's 5, championship 7. So it gets bigger the farther you get into it, which I think makes sense too. You should have more chances, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
None is one and done. Major League Baseball 163 third game, and you lose and you're done. What the hell are you guys thinking, you assholes? Even in the 3-game series, what are you thinking?
You qualified for the postseason, but you only get to play one game if you lose. If you lose right away, it's the only game you get to play. That's not postseason, bro.
Yeah, that's yeah. So two. That's the the worst scenario. And I saw too. Like, I know a little off topic, but NFL switching their playoffs possibly to wherever you are on record is where you're going to be ranked 1 through 7 in the playoffs. So there would have been a fifth seed last year instead of a seventh seed
mm-hmm.
going in, which again I don't get why the Baker Mayfields, are fourth and we're seventh we have like three more wins again, like above them. So again, at least they're trying to fix their playoff format a little bit. But yeah, and again, the AHL has it down pat. That's the coolest way to do it. Just
Mm-hmm.
you choose where do you want to have it. Like how are we doing this?
Yeah, exactly. Just put it on the home. Yeah, you guys won your home field advantage. How do you want to use it? That's pretty dope. And when I was younger, I think honestly up until relatively recently, I would have, as far as the NFL goes, I would have argued against reseeding because I didn't like diminishing. For one, I don't like diminishing the impact of winning your division. Like, I think you should get a cookie for that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And and on top of that, like, remember when Marshawn Lynch went beast mode and beat the Saints and they had home field advantage they were like 7-9 or something in home field advantage. And
Yes.
then there was like
Shouldn't even have been there.
right, like the
Mhm.
when teams like that do something in the playoffs, like that stuff's cool, man. Like you don't have moments like that without it, but maybe you do, I guess. I mean, it's not like the team won't be there, right? It just changes who they have to play. But hey, man, win your division. Like,
Mhm.
I still kind of feel that way, but it seems like it's mattering less now. Like, yeah, the Packers would have been a 5 seed, but who would they had to play? Like, would it have been
Commanders.
the Commanders? Yeah, the Commanders made the NFC Championship game, man. They might. I'm not. I don't know if the Packers would have won that game or not. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you could argue they have a better chance than against the Eagles, but hey, man, you
We'll
know,
never know.
yeah, we could argue a bunch of things. We could argue that Tom
Yeah.
Brady's a lizard
Mhm.
person. You'd be
He
right,
is.
but
Mhm. He is. It's gonna be funny when he's, suiting up. Las Vegas Raiders playing quarterback.
oh
Like, no, dude, you're not
god,
here. You're not here for that. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I just
yeah, he's just down on the sideline in like
I'm being coach.
eye marking
I'm your
on.
boss. Yeah. Geno Smith is sick today.
He just starts
He
running
said,
out
"I'm
there, and
killing it."
Gino's like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Oh, I work
Oh,
here.
who me? I'm Bomb. Bomb Trady. You know the joke that never ends. I love it.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's the playoff formats. There's not many good ones. They're mostly fails in
Mm-hmm.
professional sports. So anytime you get a playoffs or an all-star game correct, I love it. Like that's my favorite things. Like because all-star games we've talked about in the past are mostly just useless. Give me more money type of
Mm-hmm.
weekends, or unless you do something cool, which they're working on it. Like again, the NHL have the World Cup where like, all the teams are fighting like against the
Yeah.
countries against the countries, like winning something where Canada, U.S. Like have fights, three straight fights to start off the game because you're like, that's what I want to see. Let's do this.
Yep. Do they still do
You know,
the skills competitions for the NHL?
I don't
For
think they
the
did. Well, they did this year because they went to this whole new format, and
okay.
they sound like they're never going back to that format. So I don't know if the skills are going to be in there. I think it's just going to be 4 countries at minimum. Playing 3 games to see who wins it all.
Yeah, and I always liked skill competitions. I think the NBA could do more of those, but like, yeah, if the NHL wants to pivot to that thing they made, which is so dope, then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame them for that. But I love skill competitions personally as part of like, I remember the quarterback challenge. You remember that?
One of my
That was,
favorites.
oh,
How far
dude.
you can throw that ball and all the targets running around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, loved that. Big
That was
fan.
probably the best one. It's just all the quarterback stuff.
Yeah. So bring back
That's
more skills
just,
challenges.
I want to see people throw 80-yard passes.
Yeah, dude.
You know? And you can just see all the agents and the teams like, no, don't whip it that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Like some quarterback blew out his shoulder trying to throw it as far as he could, and they're like, "Well,
In five, and I'm like, well, five's gonna blow everybody out of the water, and he did,
yeah,
because he's got a cannon. But again, at the same time, just like, oh man, like, what are you do? What are you doing? But I could say that a lot about his career too, just not not throwing a football. So
just some of his throws in general. Like, what are you doing?"
I mean his throws in life too. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there, but you're right. Yeah,
I watched a new thing that came out yesterday, and just to see like if there's anything that we didn't know scandalous, and I'm like, no, we know
no,
everything in there. No need to watch it. So
no.
he's still old Brett Favre or whatever.
Old gunslinger.
We'll never get you, Brett.
Yep. Unfortunately. All right.
Yeah.
So light sports week. I mean, we got Brewers, we got Admirals. I mean, we're deep into MLB, and we've got AHL playoffs, which is dope. But
Yeah.
there is other stuff going on that not necessarily Wisconsin sports related. NBA playoffs are still going on. Check that out. That Knicks.
We had MVP
Yep.
crown today.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gets the MVP. Go root for the Knicks against the Pacers. That's something you guys could do.
There you go. Everyone hates the Pacers on this podcast, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we can do that.
So you guys can, go to one of the. You guys can go to one of these Pacer Knicks games and be like, "Hey, look, I'm not Therese Halliburton's dad because I'm at the game." That'd be kind of fun.
Woo. All right.
Yeah. Hot.
Awesome.
Yeah. Watch the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. They're both just starting up, so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's
Still
that.
fun things going on.
NHL playoffs are going
well.
on. Edmonton was just beating Dallas before we started. So there's that going on. I feel like there's something else on the horizon too. Oh, NBA draft will be happening eventually. They did just have their lottery a week or two ago, so we'll be getting to that at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, once the Admirals are done, once they win the cup, we'll have to kind of we'll talk some lists. Everybody loves lists, right? Top fives, and Mount Rushmores. Everybody loves those, so we'll do those. Training camps are happening, so there's definitely sports stuff out there. It's just a little quiet in Wisconsin this week.
Yeah.
You can't
Summer's
always do
a
fireworks.
break, so yeah.
Which is nice. You can't go hard all year. You wear yourself out. We don't want that.
Yep.
You got to make sure you stretch.
End of August, it's going to be insanity. So.
Yep. And then don't even mention October, November when everything gets rolling and woo.
Oh yeah.
Then it'll be so much sports. But until then, make sure you go to Bluesky, follow us. Make sure you go to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible. I'm pretty sure we're on there. Yep, we're on it all. Facebook. Blue Sky and Facebook, we post when we have a new episode out there. So stay there. Keep there for updates and all that fun stuff.
For sure. And
All
watch your
right.
Brewers, watch your Admirals,
Yes, watch your Brewers, watch your Admirals. I didn't have my outro
your
up.
basketball, your everything. I'm filling the space here now.
Yeah, there we go. So make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Bluesky
Yeah.
and YouTube. Watch some sports. Drive safe. Rest in fluids. Have fun this weekend. Lots of hot dogs, lots of burgers. Don't, ketchup only belongs on hot dogs. We love you very much, everybody. Thank you for listening and have a good night.
Take care, everybody. See you next time.